before you start typing in essays and stuff like that, how InvisiGal is good and her character makes sense. So I need to relax. This is not a hate video. I do not hate InvisiGal. This is just a critique, very safe critique. I'm not trying to diss her or anything. This is just a critique. And please stay to the end. If this character InvisiGal really means a lot to you, please stay to the end. All right, before I get into the two problems that I have for InvisiGal, I'm just gonna say it off. I am reading off a script right now. It is on my computer screen. So if I do look over there a lot, it's because I'm reading from the script, because I don't want to go on a rant. Now, there are two major problems I have with InvisiGal. The first problem is the game treats her like somebody you're supposed to mentor, and I know that's the reason why Robert is there, to mentor these super villains. It works at a certain point, but for InvisiGal, it doesn't work for her because she never actually grows. Basically, what I'm trying to say is I'm giving her XP right now through the game, but she's refusing to level up, guys. Now, point number two, she keeps saying her powers are evil, but the game never actually gives a reason why. No accident, no backstory, no moment where she hurt someone, like nothing. Those are two main points that I'm going to address in this video. All right. Part 1. Mentorship works in this patch. It does work, just not for InvisiGal. Alright, so here's the thing. The mentorship in this patch actually does work, just not for the person it was designed for. The Z team grows, the group dynamic improves. Like, you can see it in everybody, Flambe, and like everybody. And Robert generally becomes a leader of the team, and trust is like developed. It's awesome. So the mentorship is not the problem, but it is a problem when InvisiGal is the exception. That's where basically the formula kind of falls apart. And ironically, she's the one where the character, she's the one character that they've said, the story is mainly focused on. She's the heart of the story. She's the one that you're guiding. In the whole story, we are mentoring InvisiGal, but she never actually gets what she needs, and that is confidence. Yes, she's confident in talking to Robert and trying to get in his pants and all, but that does not count, okay? It doesn't count at all. Confidence, she doesn't have that. A perfect example of what InvisiGal's arc should have been, or should have looked like, is when we first meet Waterboy. He's awkward, nervous, and absolutely, nobody respects him at all. And the entire Z team wants him basically out. Flambe literally dumps leftover spaghetti on him, and Waterboy, he just silently walks off, defeated. And yes, Robert steps up and throws it back at Flambe. But that moment where Robert kind of defends Waterboy, it doesn't change Waterboy, because if he would have done it himself, he would have changed as a character himself, but he never does that. You're gonna see why I'm mentioning that later on. The real turning point for Waterboy is when they're back in the laundry room or the toiletry room or something like that, and there's a talk in episode 4, the exact same kind of talk that Robert gives InvisiGal in episode 3. It's the same kind of talk. But this is where it kind of splits apart. Here's the difference. Waterboy actually listens, and Waterboy actually grows. And we see it because in episode 5, when Flambe finds out that Robert is Mecha Man and starts losing his shit after Golem steps in, Waterboy also steps in and stands up to Flambe, and he puts himself between literal human flamethrower and Robert. Flambe would have cooked his ass, but he had the balls to step up against Flambe. I'm sorry, that's basically growth. From episode 4 to 5, you are visually shown that Waterboy is capable, he's grown enough to stand up against Flambe. That is growth. That is healthy growth. That's basically the mentorship working. That's character development. InvisiGal kind of reverts back to her old self after episode 6, around, let's say, 6, 7. Between 6 and 7. there are some moments where if they did those moments differently, that would have shown her maturity. That would have shown that she has actually grown. InvisiGal should have confessed before Trackstar got hurt. Okay? Episode 5 was the perfect opportunity. Robert almost got flambéed by Flambe. Okay? He comes clean about being Mecha Man. He owns up to everything. He says, yes, sorry Flambe, I cut your fingers off, okay? Even though, like, imagine if InvisiGal saw that honesty and being a grown, like, adult and with Robert's, like, mentorship, she sees that and then she goes, guys, I need to tell you the truth. I've been working with Shroud. I messed up. I want to change. If she said that right there, that moment right there, that is definitely growth. That's maturity. That's her choosing heroism, being a hero, before things got worse. But instead, she waits until Trackstar gets injured and almost killed by the decisions that she made, and then the team hates her, and she's cornered, and that's when she actually tells the truth. Now here's another example, just to show that I don't hate her as a character. Like they just didn't show her growing up, okay? Or growth, like Waterboy did. Example 2. She should have controlled her anger towards Trackstar. Trackstar had every right to snap at her in episode 6. She was doing that, and she was doing that at that moment. Like, he knows she's been lying. He knows that she almost got Robert killed. Like, a mature InvisiGal, like showing growth, would have stayed visible and not gone invisible, should have taken the criticism, should have walked away, should have reflected on her mistakes. Like, and even just walking out would have been better. But what does she do? She turns invisible, sucker punches an old dude. Like, bro, come on. Like, you're guilty and bold. Like, pick one, please. You don't act guilty and then punch somebody in the face. Okay? Like, that's not growth, that's regress, I'm sorry. She did the same thing. If you played in episode 2 or 1, InvisiGal blows up Grandma, and Robert and Sonar and her are in the kitchen, and they're talking, and Robert calls, well, if you decide to call her out, like, hey, you're not following orders, when Robert calls her out, InvisiGal goes invisible and punches him, okay? She goes invisible and punches Robert. Now, the same situation is presented to her when Trackstar does the same thing to her, calls her out. Trackstar calls her out on her bullshit. But instead of growing up and saying, okay, I'm not gonna punch him like I did Robert when he criticized me, I'm just gonna take it and then walk out. She doesn't do that. She goes invisible and punches Trackstar in the bloody mouth, bro. He moves like 3 steps backwards.
The count?
Oh my god.
Okay, example number 3. In episode 7, the team is deciding whether she gets kicked out. InvisiGal is there telling the team, hey guys, it's okay if you guys want me kicked out. I know I did wrong. She admits to it. I know I did wrong. I want to apologize to all of you. I messed up. I understand if you want me gone, but I'm trying to do better. She says all of that stuff. She owns up to it. That would have shown like immense growth from InvisiGal. That would have shown that she owns up to it. She has confidence enough to come up to her team and say, I take responsibility. It's my fault. Yes, I fucked up. I should have done better. The previous InvisiGal would have done what the writers wrote her to do. What actually happened is she was invisible, being an insecure bitch and not taking responsibility. I'm sorry. She was invisible and she was in the room and she was like, it was like just waiting. She was just waiting there. Was Robert gonna defend me? Is he gonna kick me out? Like, what is he gonna do? What is he gonna say? Like a insecure little girl, okay? I'm just gonna say it. And she leaves the room. Like, if you don't get the point that I'm trying to make here, the my powers are evil problem, aka the dumbest part of her writing. Alright, so let's just get into the second major issue with InvisiGal writing, and honestly, this is the part where I just checked out mentally. There's a moment in the story where she says, "My powers are evil," and bro, I need to break down how stupid this is, because this is by far the weakest, most lazy, most cop-out Winnie drama, so let's make her cry moment in her entire character arc. And I blame the writers. I don't blame InvisiGal, guys. I blame the writers. The writers are trying to convince us that she thinks she's dangerous because she has villain powers. She thinks she's a villain because her powers are evil. Okay, cool idea on paper, but problem is they never show us why she thinks like that at all. There is like no traumatic incident, no accident, no moment where she hurt someone, no origin event, no emotional anchor, basically no build-up at all. Nothing. She just randomly blurts out that in episode 3. Like, really? I don't get it, because girl, what powers? You turn invisible, you're not nuking cities. Relax. If you're like Rogue from X-Men, like you touching people and you're sucking up their powers and shit, that would make sense. That would make sense. Like, this isn't emotional storytelling, guys. This is just the writer throwing an insecurity at the wall, hoping it sticks, okay? This is where the writing feels like a cop-out, guys. Like, powers don't make someone evil. People do. Like, to break it down the simplest way as possible, like, let's say Flambe burns down, like, the mall in episode 5, right? Who do we blame? Flambe or his powers? Oh, fuck. Like, you guys see how stupid this is, right? Anyway, if you blame his powers, you might need help. So when InvisiGal says, "My powers are evil," it doesn't make her tragic. It makes her sound like she's blaming the spoon for making her fat, man. And like, take me for example. I'm not gonna, if my cousin likes to eat ice cream and he has a tub in the fridge, like all the time, because he likes to eat ice cream, and I'm eating his ice cream all the time, and I'm getting fat, I'm not gonna tell him, "Hey, stop buying ice cream, you're making me fat." I'm not gonna say this, because I'm deciding, it's me. I'm deciding to eat the ice cream. Like, I'm not calling InvisiGal a whiny bitch, but I'm saying the writers wrote her to be, quote unquote, a whiny bitch, part 3. Why do some people still resonate with InvisiGal? Or why do people resonate with InvisiGal at all? So this is where I'm switching sides and I'm trying to understand the other side's perspective here. For a lot of players, InvisiGal isn't a superhero. She's a reflection of most of their own struggles, like feeling insecure, needing reassurance, being afraid of messing up, panicking when people are disappointed, constantly seeking approval, depending on others to feel stable. She doesn't represent bad writing to them, she represents themselves. So when people see themselves in a character, they really try to protect that character like hard. They go hard. She fits a specific like emotional fantasy. Like most stories give us power fantasies. InvisiGal gives us the opposite. It's more like I'm a mess, but someone still believes in me. Some people deeply crave that kind of emotional safety, being supportive, being loved even when they're falling apart, having someone patient, having someone stable. So when Robert becomes her emotional anchor, it scratches that itch for them. scratches that itch for them. It's not about character writing anymore. It's about attachment. So basically, her character, well, just to give an example, Blonde Blazer's character is someone you admire. Waterboy's character is someone you root for. InvisiGal's character is someone you worry for. She's the designated fragile character. The game wants you to feel protective of her. It's intentional, like very intentional. The devs made this very intentional. So yeah, people resonate with the struggle, not her growth. That's like the key point. People don't like her because she changes. They like her because she doesn't. A lot of players feel stuck in real life and like stuck in bad habits, stuck in self-doubt, stuck in emotional cycles, like she is, like InvisiGal is, stuck in repeating like the same mistakes. So when they see InvisiGal like spiraling again, it doesn't feel like bad writing to them. It feels similar or familiar. Their emotional loop like basically mirrors their own, and like comfort beats structure. For insecure players, their dialogue is literally their interior monologue. Okay, I'm not good enough. I messed everything up. Do you even trust me? I don't deserve to be here. They don't see the weakness. They see vulnerability. They don't see inconsistency. They see relatability. They don't see childishness. They see emotional honesty. So of course they defend her. They're not defending InvisiGal, guys. You gotta see this. They're defending parts of themselves. So basically this is like right brain versus left brain scenario here. The left brain guys are seeing this structurally and logically, but the right brain guys are seeing this emotionally. So I'm just trying to give a little perspective for the people who are kind of like left brain. Sorry, not left brain, I mean right brain. Yeah, right brain. No, left brain. I forgot. So yeah, this is why she's so divisive. Her character is so divisive. Her arc makes no logical sense, but emotionally, the beats feel real. Her fears feel real. Her doubt feels real. Her shame feels real. Her neediness feels real. Her breakdowns feel like raw. Even though the structure is messy, again, the emotion lands hard for some people. That's why InvisiGal works. Most people are confused. Why is this game working? The character is not growing, but everybody still likes her. That's why she works. Even though the writing doesn't, that's the reason why she works. Like, the guys that are hated, they gotta understand that that's like one of the reasons why she works. People don't love her arc. Like, they love her struggle. And that's what makes this critique fair. I'm not saying she's like worthless. Okay? I'm not saying she's worthless. I'm saying the writing doesn't give her like what real people with those struggles deserve. And that's like actual growth to overcome that insecurity, you know, to be honest, to take the blame on certain things. Like, the writing doesn't do those people justice, do InvisiGal justice to make her actually grow. And it's just sad, honestly, because I get their perspective, those people who like InvisiGal. Yeah, if you're still here, I just want to talk directly to the real InvisiGals out there, if you are one. Not the character, but the actual people watching this. If you're someone who feels invisible, if you feel insecure, if you feel like the only time you're worth anything is when somebody else validates you, like, please hear me out. You don't need to live your life auditioning for someone else's approval. I know it feels good when someone says, you're okay, or you look fine, or you're doing great. Like, it feels, that warmth hits your chest, right? Like, I know it hits your chest, and you feel kind of safe for a moment. But the thing is, it's just for a moment. And if your whole self-confidence is built on other people given you that moment, you're building your foundation on something that can disappear overnight. If every decision you make, what you wear, how you act, what you say, who you become, it's shaped around one person's approval, then you're slowly like turning your life into a performance. And performances end. And most people, they don't like performances. People can leave, people can change, people can fail you, even the ones who genuinely care. So you can't build your self-worth out of someone else's voice. Support is good, love is good, comfort is good, but real confidence, like the kind that actually lasts, that comes from moments where you tell yourself the truth. Like if you're InvisiGal in real life, don't let approval like be your oxygen, man. Don't shrink just to fit somebody else's comfort zone. Don't chase people just to feel seen. Don't hand your self-worth to anyone like it's spare change. So to every InvisiGal out there, you're not invisible, you're not weak, you're not evil, you're not you're not defined by fear, you're not defined by mistakes, you're not defined by who approves of you. You're defined by what you choose next. And as long as you choose to grow, even slowly, even shakily, even imperfectly, you're already ahead of the character in this game, InvisiGal. You're already ahead of her because you're doing it for you.